Everyone, welcome to GFRL for this week. We are racing in Japan. Now, I will not be joined by Rubii today. He'll actually be racing on the track in a Williams. So we're going to get straight into qualifying for round 8 of the World Championship. Domi has started to sort of increase his lead. We were looking at a Morris-Domi possible title fight. However, Domi has increased his lead by a significant amount, and I can see him winning this championship fairly easily. However, if we remember last week in Monza, I'm fairly sure. Hang on, I've got to get the stream up for the people in GFRL because they're asking for the stream. Let me get it up quickly. The stream was. Social posts, here we are. Well, let's see who's come out of the pits. So we've got Blackberry Hall, who's just come out of the pit lane. Let's get on board for his outlap. He's just going through the S's in Suzuka, which wonderful corners, some of the best corners in Formula 1 this. And let's get up some of the key information here for today. So, people I think we should look out for today in the race, definitely Blackberry Hall for a start, definitely an upcoming, not an up-and-coming driver, he's a solidified driver. He's a solid top of the midfield man, and I reckon that he can push it into the podium positions today if he's got luck on his side. He's been fighting for that podium all season, and it's going to come his way eventually. I can see it. Another person is Leon that we think we should keep an eye out for. In the new liveries for the cars, the new sports update that we've got as well. The Aston Martin looking very nice with the new sponsor. However, I think we should look at Leon because he's got some very good race pace, I've heard, and I reckon that he could be a points contender for today. As always, Bas, we should be looking out for him. He's a pristine driver, very good, always there in the podiums, if not the podiums, top 5, very consistent driver. However, also there's Morris, who we should always look out for. He's actually about to start his hot lap. I reckon we should stay on board for this. But we've also got Felix 1 is here, I lie, and I might want to watch out for Felix because he's always someone to just stick it on pole and win. But as I am aware, Domi is not here this week, so this will be an exciting race for us, and I hope it is. Now, judging by the combox, it is just me if you've joined. Rubii won't be joining us, he's driving for Williams. However, he has said that if he crashes or DNFs during this race, he will be joining us in the combox. Same with Blackberry Hall, I think. So let's not hope on their DNFs, but let's hope on some company in the race. And Oliver sets the time to beat the 1:27.4, but Morris going through on this lap is looking fairly quick from what I've seen, as Stick Boy goes on to provisional pole, the 1:27.4 again by barely anything, split of a second. There's Morris going fastest in the middle sector. Let's see where is he going to put it. As we know, Morris is a very solid driver, and he puts it on provisional pole by 0.4 of a second. Are we surprised? I wouldn't be. And here we are, Blackberry. He set a 1:27.4. I think he already did that. No, I think he's just set that. And yeah, what a great lap from him. Felix won. Again, not provisional pole though. However, he's probably made a mistake on his lap as he goes onto the grass. That was perilous. That could have ended horribly for him. And is there anyone else here? Yes, there is. There's Rubii in the pits, but we've got. This is the line. Goes P5. Very good result from Tib. We have Kevin also on his lap. Kevin new here to GFRL, as I'm aware. And let's see where Kevin goes. P9. Very good. Told you to watch out for Rubii. Oh, he's on the grass. That's horrid. You never like to see them on the grass in the first sector, because it unsettles the car, and when you're going into those two corners there, you can slam into the wall. Let's get on with Bas. Great driver. Very decent through there. Let's hope that this Aston Martin gets out of the way, and he does. Again, very solid through there. Carries good speed onto the straight. Decent exit. It's about to go into 130R. Very good. Into the last chicane. It's P7 for Bas. We've seen from him, but Suzuka has shown to be a difficult track. It's not one that everyone knows as well as the others. It just happens to well, I've found that it just we've got Rubii and Aiden on their outlaps. Let's definitely get on board with Rubii. Is he going through the S's? This is the first time that Rubii has driven a Formula 1 car in Season 4 of GFRL. It's definitely been a while since he's done this, and let's hope him all the best for his race today. Aiden has started his hot lap. Let's see how he does. Going into the first few corners, taking a bit wide, a lot of that curve. He's going into the S's now. Very solid through there from Aiden, through the Dunlop curve. Very good. Into Derringer's 1. Took that very hard on the curve, and Derringer's 2. You don't want to take the curves too hard because it unsettles the car and you lose a lot of time. Down into the hairpin. Decent through the hairpin. I may have taken that slightly wider. Going into the spoon. Great through onto the back stretch. Using all of the track to get a good position there, and I'm not going to lie, this is looking pretty quick. He's going through 130R. He's about to go into the final chicane. And let's see where he goes. Is he going to go to the top? Where is it going to be? It's not the top, but it's P9. From what I saw, he set a few fastest sectors on that lap. So I'm quite surprised it's that low. So let's hop on with Rubii now, shall we? We've just caught him going through the hairpin. He took that very tight. And I'm not going to lie, you don't want to take the hairpin so tight because you lose a lot of time slowing your car down that much, and you can almost position your car in the middle of the track, going through Spoon now onto the back stretch. If you position your car in the middle of the corner, you just get a better exit and you get better speed through the corner, because it's not always the right decision to slow your car down all the way to get through a corner. It's going through the final chicanes now on Rubii's first qualifying lap of season 4. Where is he going to go? And it's P9. That's a decent lap, especially on his return. Very decent. Can't complain from that. Right. Now let's see what Leon can do. As he starts his hot lap, Leon going into the first corner. Very quick and speedy through there, but he takes a lot of curb there and he backs out of it. I am not surprised. That was definitely would have scared him there. You just get that snap of understeer from the car, and you're worried that the car just is about to drop from underneath you. So Leon almost drops it through Sebastian's new B corner. Let's have a look at Shazad, and he goes P2. That was a great lap from Shazad. It's a shame that we missed that. But let's make sure to get on board with Eweg, just coming out of the hairpin as we go into corner 200R. Don't know if anyone else knows that. Off into the Spoon. He caught the curb there. That will have unsettled the car a little bit. He's taken that slightly more cautiously than the other drivers have so far this race. But let's see, where's Eweg going to put it as he goes round 130R into the final chicane, over the bumps. Very good, very dirty car, might I add. Oh, he gets a snap of oversteer coming out where that's not what he would have wanted. He would have lost a lot of time there. Right, let's quickly hop on board with Morris. He's been on quite a flying lap so far as he goes through Derringer 2. That's how you're supposed to take it. You're not supposed to take the curve. You're supposed to get it perfect, just like he did. And like I said, you want to position your car in the middle of the track, but not like that. That was very slow exit from Morris on the hairpin. But I'll tell you what, he's still doing well on this lap. Going into Spoon. Oh, and he gets it all wrong. I don't know if he's invalidated there, but that's not going to be good for him today. He should be definitely worried about losing provisional pole. I think he's definitely backed out of this one. He'll be pitting, he will. Let's get on board with Shazad. He's invalidated his lap too. So let's see what Stickboy does as he goes through Derringer 2. Very good through there. That's how we said he should take it. And now let's see. Very good through there. He kicks the back of the car up a tiny bit though. And he's very aggressive on the apex there, hitting it a little too hard. Oh, he's backed out this one a bit. And Oliver's not on one either. Tib is on one. Let's see, Derringer 2 taking that very well. Let's see how he takes the hairpin. We've seen a multitude of drivers take this hairpin differently. And he goes for the hard apex. And that's what happens when you get the hard apex. The car doesn't want to continue going and it slows down too much to the point where you're positioning yourself in the middle of the track. Again, all the drivers just kind of stopping. Let's see Bas now on his lap. Bas is a driver we know is not one to be this low down the grid, and he's definitely going to shove himself up He's definitely doing better than he was on his last time, I think. It's a +5. No, it needs to be a minus. I'm not sure this is what he's going to want then. No, he's pitting. None of the drivers having any luck today on their laps. Kevin, only one, and Corbin. Right, let's have a look at Corbin. Are you going to set a quick lap for us? Because there's no, and he's going to pit as well. No one is setting any laps. They've all just gone out, and not a single person has done a decent lap. I've never seen that where so many drivers have just almost bailed out their laps. We've got a few drivers coming out of the pits. Ruby's on his out lap. He's invalidated it, but that's fine. Let's stay on board with Rubii. Let's see where he can put his car. He did initially qualify P9. However, we've had a few drivers go fairly quick, to say the least, and beat that time. So let's see. Let's get on board with Rubii, and then yeah, let's see where he can go. He got a good exit out of the last final chicane, and he goes into the first corner. Hard on that curb. That was a very solid first turn. Very good through there. Into the Suzuka S's. Again, very fast through there. We've got yellow flags almost everywhere. Rubii having a little bit of the moment there, but he keeps it together. Got McLaren off track into Derringer 1. Hard on the curb. That's not exactly what you want. Derringer 2. Oh. Is he backed out? No, he hasn't. I think he's still going. Shazad gets a 5-place grid penalty for illegal blocking. And Rubii backs out of it. Aiden, let's see. Aiden, come on. Let's set us a good lap. This has been a horrible qualifying session. Everyone pushing to the absolute limit, and then all of a sudden, nothing. Hard into Derringer 1 and Derringer 2. Very good from Aiden there. Let's see how he takes the hairpin. I've said that a lot today. Very good through the hairpin. That was great. Fantastic. Oh, Rubii retires. Oh, it's just the end of qualifying. I'm sure he's done it in the pit lane, so that's fair enough. Let's see now where this Ferrari is gonna go. Oh, lots of traffic for him. Leon's retired on track, I think, there. That'll be a penalty coming his way. Oh, it's a qualifying session, not a race, so that'll be fine. And I'm not surprised he goes that far up the grid. That was a great lap. Let's get on board with Morris right now. We've come to the end of qualifying here, so let's hope that we get an exciting finish to this. That's Morris setting the fastest middle sector there. How is he going to take the last bit here for us? Through the chicane. Very hard on the bumps there. Where is he going to put that car? Other than first, he can't really go any higher, but he extends his lead to 2/10. I won't be surprised if that's pole, but there is a few men that can beat Morris today. One of them is Shazad, and I've got to tell you, he is on quite a lap right now. He's gone fastest in the second sector. He's up those 2:10. Oliver goes on to provisional pole, but by nothing. Let's see where Shazad puts his car. Blackberry goes third, and Bas improves as well. Shazad to P2. There is basically nothing separating our top 5. They are all within 1/10 of a second. Stick Boy doesn't improve enough to join the top 5, but look at that. All 5 cars within the 9/10ths. That is incredible. That is the closest top 5 I think I have ever seen in GFRL. That is unbelievable. Let's get on board. Aiden's just slowing down, and that is qualifying wrapped up. So Oliver, as I told you, I didn't tell you, sorry, I was talking about this off camera, but I said I reckon he'd be one to watch today. Oliver is 1000% a driver that is... Oh, Tib gets a 5 place grid penalty for blocking as well. This is interesting because these are AI controlled cars after qualifying that are getting the drivers' penalties. Let's sort of remind ourselves of the penalties that we're having today. So Tib will receive a grid penalty, 5 places, and so will Shazad, meaning he'll start P7. Yeah, that'll be it. So Shazad, 5 places down the order in P7, and Tib 5 places down the order too. That's definitely not what they're gonna want, which means we're gonna have a very similar top 5, but yeah, very different. Not very different, sorry. Tib wasn't in the top 5. But look at that top 5. Separated by 0.07 of a second. There's nothing in that. That's incredible. But we've got the AlphaTauri of Oliver, the Red Bull of Shazad, the McLaren of Morris, the other Red Bull of Blackberry, and the Alpine of Bass. And we've got Rubii starting in P12. Only 0.8 off pole. This is a very close qualifying here at Suzuka, and I think we could be in for one hell of a race today. Let's quickly get ready for the starting lights. Ah, here we are in Suzuka. Again, with no Domi here today, we could be really in for an exciting race. So, no domination today. There could be domination, but let's see. Who will win this race? I definitely think anyone in that top 5 could win today. Place your bets and let me know. But here we are at Suzuka. We have 5 red lights, and we've had a few jump starts, but away we go. That's almost everyone with a jump start. Oh, and they've collided. This is horrible. Oh, no. This is... Oh, God. Alright, there'll definitely be a virtual red flag here today. Oh, as the Alpine of Bass has just drove into the back of Oliver. I'll tell you what, Felix, like he always is, leading the race. But we've got a safety car here. That was quite interesting. I reckon we were going to restart, in all honesty, because of the grid penalties that were given for AI. Anyway, I think we will be restarting, so Well, with an end to the Japanese Grand Prix, let's have a look at our podium celebration today. As Oliver has won the part 1 of the Japanese Grand Prix. Anyway, let's see who actually wins the Japanese Grand Prix. Oh no, Corbin won. I honestly thought that was Oliver. We're staying in this session. We're just going to be restarting. Almost everyone spectator, and we're racing in Formula 2. God, this is interesting. Now we're back in Formula 1. We're just going to have to wait a slight bit whilst the grid order is set up, but after that we'll get ready. Right, sorry about that slight pause, but we'll be back with it. Just waiting for Rubii to sort everything out, and we can't really start until that happens. But hopefully, we'll have a proper start and not a colossal mess like we just had. That's what I get for not looking at my phone and realising we're doing a restart. Well, again, our top 5. Let's again, I reckon anyone could win that, provided we've got no restart again and there's a colossal crash at the beginning. Honestly, if that was a real race start, that was horrific. That was comparable to Spa in the 90s. Can't remember what year, but I think everyone who's a Formula 1 fan knows what I'm talking about, with all the cars at Spa crashing into each other. Who are we waiting for exactly? Shazad. Well, if he doesn't want to start in the top 5, he doesn't have to, and he can start at the back of the grid. Well, there's going to be a sunny race in Japan, and it's the complete opposite of English weather right now. It's raining. In fact, that's the reason the race was delayed by about 5 minutes. The weather was kicking my internet in the arse, so, you know, couldn't really do much about that. Almost missed the race. Luckily, it decided to work. Yeah, let's hope for Shazad gets in his damn Red Bull and we can start, because this is boring. Oh. What can we talk about while we're waiting? Let's have a look. Well, for those that don't know, the Japanese Grand Prix is in fact held in the country of Japan, in Asia. And yeah, it's a Japanese track with where the Japanese fans go. Yeah, I'm really. There's nothing to talk about. There's just nothing. So hey, Shazad's got in his Red Bull. So we'll be with you in 20 seconds. There's some hope. I didn't have to get the elevator music in the end. You gotta get the non-copyrighted stuff though, otherwise we'll get yelled at by somebody. Anyway, welcome to the loading screen for the Japanese Grand Prix. Not the Japanese Grand Prix, because that would actually be interesting, and this stream is not going to be interesting. And you'll have to wait for the good bit. And let's hope that this is a good race. I think it will be a good race. As we look at the nice trees and the figure of 8-bit. Fun fact, this is the only Formula 1 track to be a figure of 8. I think there should be more, because, I don't know, it just seems kind of cool. I like it. It's one of my favourite tracks in Formula 1, Suzuka, and I'm not good at it. I like to spin in the first few turns, however, I don't know, there's just something about it. It's quite famous for Senna and Prost crashing into each other to win a championship. I think they did it about 4 or 5 times. But here we are at the Japanese Grand Prix as we stare at a lovely black screen that slowly changes into the pit boxes. So let's get ready for the 5 red lights and the 17 cars on the grid. Yeah. There's 2 stewards there doing the exact same animations, walking in unison. Don't know if you can see them. There's a man with a receded hairline, and then the man stood behind the guy. There's just in front of like the scaffolding. But here we are. 1, 2, 3, 4. 5 red lights, and we're away. Oliver has not got a great start. In fact, Shazad came at him to cover him off, but Oliver has done it, and he's kept into the lead. Morris went off the track there, but let's see if we can get a better view of the grid. There's the Ferrari of Aiden spinning round, and the Williams of Rubii. Oh no, but we've got Kevin right at the back. Stein knocked to the back. Leon, as always, making up obviously like a million positions off the grid. Stickboy, I think he's lost out a tiny bit. Tib has climbed up the grid like you wouldn't believe. Bas is going for it, and Blackberry as well. He's catching Shazad a fair bit on this opening lap. And Oliver is starting to run away with it. Already a 6/10 gap after the first sector. Corbin retires from the session after the first lap. That's horrible. Oh, Morris is all the way down the grid. We didn't realise that. Anyway, there are our strategies for today. Rubii. Oh, that's horrible. It's got to be gut-wrenching for him. On the first lap, we've got a virtual safety car already after that chaos. I am not surprised. Shazad still thinks we're racing though, and he's going to go after Oliver. He's slowed down now. We're all right. Rubii gets a drive-through penalty for speeding under the safety car. God, his first race back, it's just not his day, is it? That's unfortunate. But we're on board with Shazad here. Has a bit of a snap of oversteer at the final corner. However, Oliver sets the fastest and first lap of the race. Shazad's coming at him. Where is he going to go? Is he going to try and make it round the outside? He can't make it. However, he's chasing down Oliver. Now he's got to make it through the S's to fight him. Barely anything separating these guys on pace. Oh, Oliver! We see he has a little snap. That allows Shazad to almost catch up to him a little bit more. He's taking a lot of curb through there. We're going to go into the Derringers now. How are they going to take them during the race? A lot of curb. Again, that unsettles the car, and it's not what you want over 27 laps of hitting that curb. It wears out your tyres very quickly. But Shazad is catching Oliver, even though he's on the harder compound of tyres. So this is why we should be very worried about Shazad in this race today. He's 100% a threat for our leader. However, oh, Oliver has a little bit of snap, and as they come out onto the back straight, Shazad is going for the lead. Oliver pushes him onto the grass. Shazad makes it through. Oliver Blackberry comes out of nowhere. Is he going to make a move around 130R? He's not going to have the grip to do it. However, he's going to have the grip to do it later on. He's got to give Oliver some room round here. However, this might turn into a Red Bull 1-2 very quickly here at Suzuka. God, there's a little bit of contact going through. Bas has set the fastest lap of the race. Oliver and Blackberry contacts like you would not believe going into the first turn. And on the straight, they're neck and neck. Neither of them can pull ahead of the other. However, Blackberry has eventually done it. And through these S's, I won't be surprised if he's behind him now for good, because it's very hard to overtake on the S's. Oliver has a snap of oversteer. A lot with his snaps due to a lack of grip. We've got Oscar dropping down. He's gone onto the gravel. That's one way to ruin your race. We've got Rubii. He's served his drive-through penalty. You can only feel sorry for him. And let's have a look. The Red Bulls now. Blackberry's got right onto the rear of Shazad. I told you that these two Red Bulls would be giving us a good fight today. Unlike Max Verstappen and Sergio Perez, these Red Bulls are good and matched to each other. Let's watch Blackberry. This is his moment that he's wanted for the whole season. He's going to make the move, I think. Is he going to go for a dive bomb? No, he plays it safe. I can only agree with that. It could have ended in absolute anguish. Oh, he has a bit of a moment coming out of the final corner, which has allowed Oliver to catch up to him again. And they're wheel to wheel again, just like they were on their last lap. Oliver's taken second position, and Blackberry now has to chase down and grab it. However, I reckon the smart decision would to be let them fight ahead and see if he sees an opportunity. And if I'm correct, with Shazad and Oliver having a few moments throughout this race, and Blackberry to be fair, we've had a few drivers with a few moments, I reckon that there will be a moment coming for him that he can take very hard into Derringer 1 and Derringer 2. Stein gets the first time penalty of the race and retires. That's it. And we have a safety car. Well, I'll tell you what, Rubii and the other drivers at the back of the grid are going to be extremely happy for that, because the safety car is exactly what they're going to want. Stick Boy, oh, he's not had a good race. That's unfortunate for him, but can we just talk about Leon? I mean, position change. 8 positions made this race. I mean, I know we talk about how good he is at his first lap, but I mean, seriously, this is quite special. I've never seen someone do stuff like this. I mean, Jesus, Eweg. I'll tell you what, Eweg and Leon, they're just the movers of the race in GFRL. They just make an incredible amount of positions off the first few laps. It's unbelievable. It's absolutely impressive. And oh, Bass's pit. Has he got any damage? I don't see any reason to pit unless he's going onto the hard tyre. I reckon he's going to try to the end on that. If he wasn't, it would be a bit silly. In fact, we've got a few drivers, I think, going for that sort of a strategy. No, Felix won onto the medium tyre. And Morris. We've got Oliver, Blackberry and Shazad of our original top 3 out in front. Leon and Eweg now have made up a total of 19 positions together. 19 positions. God. And Oscar has made up 9 positions as well. I mean, I know we've had retirements. Oh, Stein. Stein's retired. Alright. Let's, Tibbs made up 4. We've had a lot of big movers this race. As the grid's starting to bunch up here. Let's see if the rest of them are going to catch up. We've got Morris here, just catching the safety car, going through the hairpin. And there's the cars that he's got to catch. Then we've got Stick Boy just going into the hairpin as well. And Aiden isn't far behind as well, going through Derringer. And Rubii just out of the Dunlop curve, going into the Derringers. He's not too far away either, so I won't be surprised if we've got a safety car in next lap. If we've got one in this lap, I'll be very surprised. No, we stay out for another lap. I'm sure that's the right call. I mean, there's only really been one deployed, and as long as there isn't as many as there were in Monza, because there was an immense amount of safety cars, it was getting slightly boring commentating on that race. Because there was just safety car after safety car after safety car. Felix won pits again. Off the medium tyre. Where's he what's he going on to? Is that another medium tyre? Or is that the soft compound? No, it's the hard compound tyre. That's an interesting decision. Aiden comes out the pits as well. What tyre is he on? Again, the hard compound tyre. They're definitely going to the end. Right, we've got Shazad, Oliver, Blackberry. And as much as they're very far down the grid, Morris and Felix definitely up for the win still, if their strategies pan out for them. What tyre is Rubii on? A hard tyre. Reckon we could see him up the grid as well. Stick Boy is yet to pit, as I'm aware. No, he has pit. Stops, one stop. Oh! And that's that. Well, if the safety car was going to go into this lap, I reckon it'll be out for just one more. That is horrific. That's not what you want to see out of a driver. He's going to be really gutted about that. But here we are. I reckon the safety car will go in this lap, as we have Shazad on Oliver, on Blackberry, on Tib, on Leon. Let's see. Yep, safety car in this lap. Let's see who's going to take the lead of this race, as Shazad slows them right down. It's very, very slow up to the chicane. That's probably where he's going to let the engines roar. Still got 14 cars on the grid after 6 laps. That's impressive. And Shazad gets underway with the race. As we go back to green flag racing, Oliver is really far behind him, and Blackberry, I'll tell you what, he's completely botched that safety car restart, and he is miles back. He's got a lot of climbing to do already 1.3 seconds away, but I'll tell you what, that's not 1.3 anymore, and he is gaining on those leaders. Tib is also following with him, I think, and he is not backing out of this. Very good from Tid today. Is this Leon catching Tib? It is. This is Leon catching Tib. I reckon we're about to see Leon. Oh, Corbin leaves the session. I reckon we're about to see Leon make up the position here into P4. I think that would be his highest position he's had all season. Well, hang on, let's get back to this. We've got Oliver on Shazad. Only a very small gap here, a 0.2 of a second. He's going to have ERS available to him. Morris gets a 3-second time penalty for track limits. Oliver on Shazad. Who's going to come out of this on top? Oliver has got the run on him. Is he going to make a move into the chicane? He does. Very late on the brakes. What a move. Very late. Unbelievable stuff. But I'll tell you what, Shazad, round the outside, he's fighting him. He can't get that position back yet. He just doesn't have the grip on that medium tyre. Oh! I'll tell you what about the grip on the medium tyre. I mean the hard tyre. It's better than the medium tyre when you're pushing like that. Funnily enough, Oliver loses it there. He's thrown it away a little bit. Let's hope that he gets back in the rhythm of things, and that's not... Oh no! Speaking of getting back into the rhythm of things, he's just dropping. He's gonna be... Those tyres are gonna be very hot. I reckon he needs to just back out of this. Leon's gonna be slightly annoyed there. He had to weave out of that to get out of that, otherwise there would have been a definite collision between him and Oliver, and he's lost a position because of it. I won't be surprised if there'll be the stewards looking in on that, because that was a little iffy from Oliver making those mistakes. He's put himself as a danger on the track there slightly, but we've got Blackberry and Shazad out in front. Blackberry has a lot of time to make up. 1.5 seconds to be specific. Oh, Felix Stone has made the move on Rubii, and DRS is enabled this lap. Let's have a look at Bas. Bas, I reckon he's going to make the move on Rubii as well, onto the straight. Fairly solid move. Not a DRS overtake. Makes it a bit more impressive. Into turn 1 he goes. Just a really good driver, Bas. Completely solid in every single way. Weird to see him that far down the grid. I reckon Shazad's starting to run away with this as Blackberry's started to drop off a bit. I reckon those medium tyres are just not the race tyre. I reckon the harder compound tyre is definitely the better one today. Especially as we've got Oliver on the medium tyre. He was leading the race and he had that snap. Just overheated the tyres. We've got Leon's made his way back up, as you can see him just gaining on the Haas. Gaining and gaining and gaining. He's gonna have the run onto him, onto the back stretch. Which way is he gonna go? He's not gonna make the move around the outside of 130R. Is he gonna do it? Leon makes a move round the outside of 130R. Fernando Alonso himself joins the grid today. What a legend that is. Oh, what a move! Recreating what the greats do in real life. That's what you love to see. Making it around 130R on the outside. Incredible stuff as he makes his way into P5 and continues his charge up ahead. Well done. We've actually got Tib, who's caught up to Oliver here. I wasn't expecting this in the race. Nothing against Tib, it's just these are two drivers that are in slightly different leagues of driving here. Tib always been a upper midfield driver. Oliver always been slightly front of the grid. Ooh, Oscar retires in the pit lane. Luckily no safety car. We've had a lot of great racing today. I'll tell you what, as much as I was saying earlier, Blackberry had dropped back. He seems to have made 3/10 up, and he's starting to catch Shazad again. I reckon he was just sort of taking a little break there, and he started to push. Most importantly, Tib, Oliver, and Blackberry, not that far away from each other all in all. And Leon, not only has he cleared, who did he overtake? To 130. Oh, I think that was Morris that he overtook last lap. Oh, a little bit of understeer through out onto the main straight. That wasn't exactly what he wanted. We've got a few drivers in the pit. Morris again and Kevin. Kevin for definitely a tyre change, but Morris gets damage. Morris is not having a good race this weekend. That's definitely not what he wants. Aiden's done a decent race. He's made up a bit. He was around 20 seconds behind everyone earlier. Oh, sorry we've missed this. Oliver has just been overtaken by Tib, and Tib into P3. Very well done. I think we've had Leon have a moment here, because he was definitely in P5 previously, and those tyres are looking a bit worse for wear. Felix already doing 2 stops and being that high on the grid, as we look at everyone else with their 2 stops. Some lucky guy with his safety car placements. But I'll tell you what, a few laps ago they were 3 seconds apart, and now only separated by half a second, as Blackberry Hall has caught up to Shazab, and he's going through the final chicane now on to the main straight. These two drivers, as I said before, much more closer together than Sergio Perez and Max Verstappen. This is what we want Red Bull to be like in real life. We see Felix Stein making a move on Oliver there as well. Blackberry Hall, I tell you what, he's just been different this weekend. He's always been good, but this is just different. It's almost like an inner beast has awoken within inside him, and he's just decided, I'm gonna win. I'm gonna fight for this. And I'll tell you what, he is. He's fighting. He's fighting alright. Through Derringer 1. Through Derringer 2. Around the hairpin. Good through there. Shazad having a bit of trouble through the hairpin. He's actually extending that a tiny bit, but his car just looked a little unsettled going through the corners there. Into Spoon, how does he take it? Very smoothly. Smooth Spoon. However, Shazad's Spoon, just as good. Keeps the gap the same. Their pace is almost identical. It's just based on the other one making a mistake. I mean, Blackberry's braking just slightly later on the corners, and he's just going in that bit more aggressively, whereas Shazad is braking a tiny bit earlier, and it's allowing him to get a little bit of a better exit. However, it's just not going to be enough when Blackberry's got DRS on the straights. So I won't be surprised if in a few laps we're going to have a new race leader. But Leon, fighting for his life a bit here to hold on to P4. It's Leon versus Bass versus Gabri. Our three-way fight for P4. Bass going for a very risky overtake there, as we saw. Gabri having a bit of a tiny lock up there. Elex joined the back of this. Bass trying to make the move around the outside, but that hard tyre, I'll tell you what, no, the hard tyre is definitely the race tyre today, and he's got past Leon. However, Leon is definitely not giving up here today as they both go into Spoon. Leon is going to have the run on to the back straight. He hasn't got much ERS left though, but he is going to use it. As they go through 130R, and he's on his wheel box. He's got slightly better. He's late on the brakes there, Leon. He's made the position back into P4. Another great third sector overtake from Leon. And I told you, last lap, these two would be fighting. And we're here. A lap later. The lead hasn't changed, but he's right on the back of him. And Shazad's been doing very well to keep in front. But the Red Bulls, we're about to have a battle of the Bulls here, as they're both pushing very hard. Ooh, Shazad going a little bit wide. That'll be a track limits penalty for him. Blackberry going well there, but he gets a tiny snap, and it just means that Shazad, he's going to have that better run, and I don't know if that run's going to be enough for him to stay ahead, because going through Spoon, Blackberry is looking like the quicker driver here. He's got... Shazad's got much more ERS, but Blackberry has got a slipstream here. He's been in dirty air for a while. Let's see, they go through the final chicane. Blackberry is not... Oh! And he pits. That's fair enough. Shazad going for the undercut. I think this is opening our normal strategy for the drivers who have not pitted yet. This is the beginning of the tyre runners. However, if I'm correct, Shazad was on the hard tyre. And if Blackberry's on the medium tyre, that would definitely mean that we've got the medium tyre being a bit better, which is surprising, bearing in mind so many drivers on the medium tyre were having a few snaps. So, unless Blackberry is just almost gone for a Hail Mary here, and I don't know what to think. Or Shazad's just feeling like he's sustained a little too much tyre wear. But he's got roughly 12 laps to go, so I don't blame him for pitting for the medium tyre. He can definitely do 12 laps very comfortably on that tyre. You could probably do it on a soft tyre. I would have stayed out for another few laps and seen if I could go onto the soft if I was him. We've got Gabri making the position on Leon. He loses another position down in P6. Blackberry pits now, and Felixstone leads the race. And what did I say about that strategy working out for him? Unbelievable. Into the lead from what's a risky strategy, but what's an incredible one. He's out in front now by around 10 seconds. I don't know if he's going to have to pit again, is he? He's done 10 laps on the hard tyre. I reckon that's it for us. Everyone else will most likely pit. These front runners here. And that'll leave us with Blackberry and Shazad to fight. Unfortunately, Blackberry's... Oh, I'll tell you what, Blackberry has gone for what I said earlier. He's stayed out for a bit longer and gone onto the soft tyre, and as much as he lost a bit of time on that medium tyre, he 100% gained that back up on this soft tyre. He is going to soar through this pack like we would not believe. The Ferrari is really close in front of him. A lot of drivers on hard, medium compounds. If there's another safety car, oh, this could be an exciting race finish. We got Gabri coming into the pits. Eweg, won't be surprised if he... No! Eweg, if I'm correct, he's on 16 lap old mediums. He's definitely going to have to pit. But he has made 13 positions this race. Leon in P12. Not the most wonderful of positions. I don't think he deserves to be there after the race that he's had. Shazad and Blackberry's made it past the Ferrari, and Oliver separates the leaders of the race. I wonder where I've seen this before. Maybe lap 9? Back to it then. Come on, Blackberry. Let's gain up some time and let's have a great finish to this battle. Let's get our detail as nothing, and let's get our gap to the leader. So we've got Vas, Felix Stein with an 11, almost 12 second lead over Bas, 15 seconds over Shazad, another 15 over Oliver, and 18 over Blackberry. Is 10 laps enough time to make up 18 seconds on the track? I don't think it is, and I think Felix Stein has kind of got this done. But they are catching him. I just don't think there's enough time. 3, 5 and 2. The soft tyre is 100% the quicker tyre here. But will it last? I hope it does. But will it? That's our question. So, let's go. Felix Stein out in front. Most likely to win this race, I'd say. However, that would be the boring answer. I reckon Bas will keep going. Shazad and Oliver are right on them. Blackberry, he's caught up some time. 18 seconds. From 18 seconds, it's now 16 seconds. They're definitely catching the leader. But again, they're just not doing it enough. They need to be catching more. I don't think it's the two-slot strategy that has worked out. I think it's the safety cars in Felix's favour and his fantastic pace. Felix Stein, Felix won. God, sorry for that. I've been calling him Felix Stein all race. It's just Felix. Felix won. We did have a Felix Stein. But Felix won, obviously. Well, world champion here. And many times a race winner. He won out back in Monza, and we're going to have 8 laps of racing to determine who will be the winner here. We have Will it be Blackberry? Will it be Oliver? Will it be Bass? Will it be Shazad? Or will it be Felixstone, who's currently out in the lead? I still think it will be Felixstone. It's really pushing a final fight here today. Very, very much pushing that. Pushing our luck there. Blackberry started to catch the bottom of this pack up. We were looking at a Red Bull 1-2. Now we're only looking at a Red Bull 2-3 at the most here, I think. We need a safety car or a serious mistake from Felix to get a battle for the win here. But we'll accept a battle for P2. It's Shazad onto the gravel. Oh! And he's hit Oliver. That definitely spices things up, and that's a safety car. That is a safety car. Oh my word, Oliver, no front wing. That is one hell of an incident. That is going to change the course of this race. This is going to open up the strategy quite a lot. Blackberry already on the soft tyre. Are we going to have the leaders pitting for softs? If they are pitting for softs, I think Blackberry should pit for another set. If Blackberry wants to go with them, I think he should. Because those tyres are already slightly worn, and if they're going to drop, you might as well drop with them and take that fresh pair of boots. Are they all going into the pits? Yes, they are. Oh, this is exciting. Bas gets a 5-second time penalty for speeding in the pit lane. Right, fresh boots on for the Red Bull. Great stop for him. He gets out. Is he going to beat Felixstone? No, Felixstone is already out of the pits. But he did beat Bas out the pits, and no, Bas had the time penalty. He's P2 now. Shazad's going to be gutted after that. He just sort of slid onto the gravel. 5-second time penalty for Rubii. Oh, he's going to be that's unfortunate for him, but I'll tell you what, Rubii definitely picked the wrong race to race in, because this has been absolutely fantastic to watch. We have Felixstone versus Blackberry. What a finale. The German versus the Brit. The Red Bull versus the Alfa Romeo. The Sauber versus Milton Keynes. Who is going to win this? And then we've got Oliver as well. I'm not going to count him out, I'm afraid. The Norwegian, the Brit, or the German. Which one will win today? I'm fairly sure Felix won. He's German, he is. Blackberry is British as far as I'm aware. He's just not racing under that flag at the moment. But who's going to win this race? This is ramping up to be fantastic. Bass with a penalty, Morris with a penalty as well. Morris has made his way back up the grid. Very impressive result. Not a result yet, but we've got Leon in P9. Still points. I told you we'd see him on the back end of the points. We've seen him in the high ends of the points for most of this race. Very unfortunate that he's had moments that he's had. I reckon we could be really in for something exciting. It's Felix 1 versus Blackberry versus Oliver. Suzuka never fails to disappoint. It does in real life, but it never does in the game. Always chaos, always fun. Right, let's get on board with Eweg. We haven't been on board with Eweg in a while. Unfortunately, what we do have with our biggest movers in the race, Leon and Eweg, they always make their way high up the grid. But unfortunately, they always end it at the bottom somehow. It's very rare that they finish the race in the positions that they made up, which is quite disappointing because these drivers, it just seems that bad luck finds them, and I reckon that it's good that they're aggressive and they're great off the start. However, I think that they just, as the race progresses, they need to be a bit more cautious and throw that aggression out of the sight, because, well, I reckon they'd stay in the positions that they made up if they just were a bit calmer, because sometimes it's not their fault, which is fair enough, but sometimes you have to pick and choose your fights. You just let the driver go, and then maybe next lap you have a go at them again, or you just let them go. But we're going to have the safety car in this lap, I hope, and that's going to leave us with 5 laps of racing action to see who's going to win the Japanese Grand Prix. I don't even care who wins. Let's just hope for a great final battle. Now, Felix won. Always proved to be great on a safety car restart. Blackberry Hall, not the greatest on a safety car restart, I've got to be honest. Oliver, we haven't really seen him behind the leaders in a safety car restart like this before. However, we're not going to have the safety car. Yes, we are, sorry. Yes, we are going to have the safety car in this lap. So that will mean 5 laps of racing action to determine the winner of the Japanese Grand Prix. Let's see who is going to win this. Morris gets a 3-second time penalty. Felix 1 gets away very well, but Blackberry continues on him. But Oliver, Blackberry's definitely got that lower downforce setup going into the first few corners. He wants that position. He can smell it. He's like a honey badger, but he's not like the Daniel Ricciardo one. He's just vicious and angry. There's nothing cute and cuddly about Blackberry today. The number 3 on his car. Sorry, I've just compared him to Daniel Ricciardo. I didn't mean to, but I'll tell you what, he's definitely the honey badger of this league. He's pushing it. He needs to stay composed. He's definitely doing a good job here, but if he wants that win, he's just going to have to keep it together. He's got that less downforce. He's got the what do you call it? He's got the slipstream on Felix. He's now alongside him. Blackberry into the chicane, wheel to wheel. Felix, he stays onto the first. Blackberry getting the better line out. Oliver slips through, comes out of nowhere. But I'll tell you what, they're 3 wide, and Blackberry is going to have the inside line. But Felix 1, sorry, he's going to get the position of first, and Blackberry right back on the heels. Sorry, there's so much to commentate on. It was a 3-way battle for the lead. Oliver's dropped back a bit. However, Blackberry versus Felix 1. God, I wouldn't have imagined Blackberry fighting for the win a few seasons ago. This is just what a driver he's turned into. Only 3 laps remain of this race. The Red Bull versus the Alfa Romeo. Who is going to win? They're both going to go into spoon after 200R. Great through spoon. Felix 1 having a little bit of a wider exit there. Blackberry, is he going to make the same move he tried to make the lap before? We can't really see. Let's get our telemetry up. 73% ERS for the Alfa Romeo, 49 for the Red Bull. Oliver's on the rear end, but DRS is enabled this lap. Right, let's see who's going to get the move into turn 1. No one's going to get the move, they're all going to stay back. But Blackberry driving like he's never driven before. Definitely a star of GFRL here. You can just tell. Very good through Derringer 2 there. That's what you want. You didn't hit the curb. Great through the hairpin there. Decent exit. Just happens that Felixstowe got a tiny bit more grip through there. It's honestly a battle of the downforce here. Felix 1, sorry, makes up the position, the time, sorry, through the corners, and Blackberry just has that little less downforce, which allows him to sort of punch his car through the air a bit more. Is he going to make a move? No, he's not. No, oh! And there's a bit of contact. Luckily his front wing isn't damaged. There's only 2 laps remaining. Blackberry's got DRS. Oliver's got DRS. Blackberry's alongside him. He can't make the move into turn 1 just yet. And Oliver collides into the back of his car. Oh no, he's gonna be so gutted. Oliver's just knocked his chances of a win right away, and he's knocked his own away as well. And Basco's spinning off. Oh god, it's all happening on the second to last lap here. I'm afraid to say I think the best that Blackberry can do now. Oh god, the AlphaTauri and the Red Bull, they're coming together again. There's definitely going to be some post-race arguments here. After that, I reckon the best Blackberry can do is second place for today. He's going to be extremely disappointed with that. Let's have a look at the gap. Interval gap. And let's get our penalties up. So Felix 1 starts the final lap of the race. Morris just behind him. Blackberry getting swarmed by all the other cars. It's just a case of, can he stay alive? You can feel nothing but sorrow for that man right there. That's got to be gut-wrenching for him. Fighting for his first win in GFRL, and it's all taken away from him on the final lap. Not the final lap, but the second to last lap. I've got to be honest, I reckon Blackberry could have won that race as well. He definitely had the pace to do it. Felix 1, he's basically out of VRS here. Here we are, as he goes through the final chicane. Hooking it very tight. And he wins the Japanese Grand Prix. And Tib holds on to second place with his highest result in GFRL, I think that is. And Blackberry, he's got to be disappointed there. There could have been so much more that could have come from in that race, and it's just all gone. I feel so sorry for that man. It's a bit of a dark note on the finish to the Japanese Grand Prix here at GFRL, but what a thrilling race. Congrats to Felix 1 on his win. I don't know how many wins he's had, but he's had many wins here in GFRL. Many for different teams as well. That's that for today. But well done to the podium. God. You can honestly, so upsetting for the drivers there at the end. However, that's what happens in racing sometimes. Right.
Morning, lads.
Good morning. Well, afternoon.
Yeah. Well, evening. Well, I'm here to do the post-race interviews as per usual. First I want to talk about the end of my race. I had a fun race with UX, but just a late move caused me to lose my end plate and thus points. So, yeah.
That's unfortunate.
I think it's racing. I don't think UX should be at fault for it or anything.
No.
I will just have a look at my POV after we're done. But yeah, let's interview the podium sitters.
Are you aware of what happened at the end of that race?
All I'm aware of is Tip being Pichu.
Are you aware that Blackberry was fighting for the win, got taken out by Oliver on the second to last lap?
I was in the party with Blackberry. He was swearing. I never heard Blackberry swearing.
I know, either.
We will talk with him though, because he's in P3.
I know,
yeah. Let's get the winner in first.
How many wins has Felix 1 had?
This is his second in this season. And he's had some in season 3 and 2. I'll check later. First I'm pinging these two. Yeah, let's invite the other two as well. And the first one who joins is the first one we talk to, so yeah. And it's Blackberry first. Hello Blackberry.
Hello.
It was a long time since I last spoke to you. Anyways, I don't really know everything that happened, but I know you were swearing. And I know that you got P3 still.
Oliver just dived on me in the corner.
As someone who's watching that in a third person perspective of that race, I've seen in the chat obviously Oliver blaming Blackberry and Blackberry's just blamed Oliver there. However, I've got to say it was kind of Oliver's fault.
Yeah, stewards will check it out.
Yeah, he said he's fault for
it. It just looked like it was the way he just didn't turn enough. If he turns slightly more, yeah.
I mean, it looks like what he said. He's saying that he didn't want me to battle him in the race before that.
Yeah.
Like I was fighting for a win. There was nothing else.
I know. I am gutted for you. If you see the end of the stream, you'll see the commentary of just the ending. I'm like devastated that the battle for the win was taken away.
I mean, I got P3 in the end.
You deserved
I
more.
tried to get Tib, but
It's, I'm not saying that any other driver deserved less. You deserved more.
yeah. I think if I didn't win, I would have been P2.
Yeah.
But it is what it is.
Yeah, it is.
It is what it is.
You can take this race and say that I can fight for the win now, because
Yeah.
I've seen you race since you've been here since season 1, haven't you?
I joined late season.
Yeah, same as me. I joined late season 1. I've seen you race since season 1. I've never seen you race like that.
Yeah. It was.
You've got the number 3 on your car. I did not mean to do these in any way. I did call you the honey badger during that race. What do you call it? I just said there's nothing cute and cuddly about this guy. This is the aggressive one. And because you were going for it, I could see it.
I wanted that win, mate.
Yeah, you did. And I'm honestly, you can be nothing but gutted for you, because you were. I mean, I can never say you were going to win, because Felix One is a fantastic driver. And
Yeah, he would have won without that safety car, definitely.
yeah. However, it looked like you had the pace to win. I'm not going to say you couldn't have won.
I had really good pace in the mediums. I
Yeah.
kept up with. I mean, I basically maintained the gap until my teammate made a mistake with Felix
You actually,
on US hards.
you were fighting Shazad for a majority of that race. He was on the hard tyres. He pitted before you.
Oh yeah, I know. I
which was,
don't know why. I just had great pace on that mediums at the end of the stint.
I was saying that when he pit, I would have lasted a few more laps on those hard tyres and pitted for the softs, because I believed it would have been the better strategy. And then here you are, you come into the pits, you come out on the softs. I'm like, are you listening to me?
I was I would have done a lap or two more, but I saw Oliver set fastest lap, and it was like 2 or 3 seconds quicker than me, and I was like, I don't want to lose that much time. So I just pitted for softs, and because I wasn't going for the hards, that would never have worked. So
Yeah. Anyway, let's make some room for the other two now. I think they're waiting.
Yeah.
So yeah, good race from you, Blackberry. We'll see the events of the race, because I know you had a collision with Bas and stuff. So
yeah, that was my fault. I'm so sorry to Bas.
don't admit it, mate. Don't admit it.
He says it's okay in DMs.
Okay.
Not sure.
So yeah, don't admit it's your fault. Never.
No, it's definitely not
That's
my
my
fault.
tip.
It's not my fault.
Yeah,
Yeah,
you
it's
gotta
not your fault,
take,
mate.
what do you call it?
Bas was incredibly slow through the corner. Oh, he's so dirty.
But no, it's genuine, and I'm really sorry for him.
Take some, what do you call it? Experience from Lewis Hamilton. Blames everyone else, not himself. Same with George Russell. You gotta Mercedes mentality. He fully turned in on me. That's what you say. You don't say, oh, it's my fault. You just say, oh no, he fully turned in on me. Right.
Right. I'll
So
go
yeah.
now.
Yeah. Have a good night. I'm
Yeah.
trying to plug in my controller charger right now.
See you next week.
See you next
See
week.
you next week.
So,
Congrats on your win.
yeah,
Hello.
I'll be counting the win counts in a second. I'm just trying to get my controller in the USB port now. I'm struggling. Felix, I think you're still muted.
No, I'm here.
Okay, he's here. Cosmic, you start, mate.
Well, all I can say is, what an amazing strategy. like, I remember early on you having a bit of contact, dropping down the grid completely, and you went onto the medium tyre, and that didn't work, of course, and you went onto the hard tyre and saw if you could finish the end of the race, and you did. And I've just got to say, that is 100% the reason you've won today. You had great pace, you had a great strategy, and it was amazing. You just drove solidly.
I wouldn't agree. I think my pace was pretty bad, actually.
Oh.
For some reason, I was nowhere near what I was doing in practice, but it was enough in the race. Yeah, the strategy, only possible because of the lobby restart. I was able to pick the harder tire allocation, which gives you 2 hards, 2 mediums, and 2 softs. And if you don't have qualifying, you don't need more than 2 softs. So it was an easy choice to make that. And then, thanks to that, I had a fresh hard, even after I already started on hards, and could pit twice in the safety car, drop back to last, but then have the ability to go to the end of the race. And yeah, I mean, I was being caught pretty quickly by the group behind, although I'm not sure if their tires could have kept that pace for the entire stint. Probably not, but then again, mine would have maybe dropped off a bit at the end again, so it could have been interesting to see if that would have even worked. But yeah, in the end, I'm really happy with the result, obviously.
Yeah. Well, why wouldn't you be?
It's your 10th win. I think it's safe to say you are the driver with the most wins in this league right now.
10 wins already?
Yeah, this is your 10th one.
Have I done that many races?
2, you had 5 in season 3, and now you have another 2.
Oh,
yeah,
okay.
it's your 10th win. You're a record holder now. Beast had 8, so you already had it last week. Yeah, since you joined late in the season, you're of course a bit out of the title fight, but are you looking forward to get another title campaign next season?
Well, that's the plan. It depends on what the other drivers do in the off-season, if they get faster, if any of them do a lot of practice and like that. And right now, I think there's quite a few drivers who could be in the fight. Of course, right now it's Dominic and Morris, but I could see a few others if they gain even like a tiny amount. If they gain like 1-2 tenths of that, they could be right up there. That's how small the margins are. So yeah, I wouldn't make any kind of statement that I'm definitely gonna win next season. But I definitely want to go for it. I think I have a chance. So yeah, looking forward to the fight next season.
Yeah, double champion, you would be the first one as well, so we've literally had a different champion every season, so it's great.
About time that changes.
Yeah, but well, yeah, I'm sure I'm not in a title fight next season, but yeah, yeah, it's just another win for you, as you said, in Brazil as well. Does it still rank a bit low, or is it a bit higher now, this one? I mean, you did start like P6 on the grid.
Well, I started P6 on the grid because I had a terrible qualifying, just on my own, skill issue.
Yeah, but you did fight through with a good strategy.
Yeah, I don't know. I mean, obviously I won the race, so I can't really be too annoyed myself, but I don't think I drove very well today. I made a lot of mistakes, tiny mistakes, costing me a few tenths, but every single lap I made one of those.
To be honest.
And the qualifying obviously was not great either, so yeah, I think if Dominic had raced today, he would have definitely beaten me and exposed my fraudulent activities.
Japan, yeah. But
so I have to make sure next week to be back on my best.
Indeed. You gained 25 points from him. It's a bit.
Well, I'm 100 behind. I mean, let's not start that conversation. There's no chance.
Yeah, but yeah, you never know. You never know. Things can still happen.
If he stops racing the rest of the season, I might catch him.
Yeah, I'm not in mathematical contention anymore, but I'm still. I'm a steward. I'm a commentator. I'm not even supposed to race. So yeah. But yeah, the first drive's already mathematically out, I think. That time of the season now. Yeah, I have nothing more to say to be honest. I'm just
Alright, well, thank you guys for commentating. Have a good evening.
Well, I wasn't commentating, but
yeah, no, but to Cosmic,
thank you,
for hosting.
Thank you.
See you next week in Austin, mate.
Yeah, see you next week.
See you next week.
Now let's get Tib in, bro. He must be jumping like crazy. He's joining us right now. Loading in a bit slowly, but he's coming. He's coming.
I gotta ask him how his podium was. He's gotta be on top of the world right now.
Oh yeah, back-to-back podiums fast. There he is. You must be jumping right now.
Oh my days, mate. Oh my days. Just started to calm down, but wow. Wow. Oh, shit.
P2 it is. It's not even P3, it's P2. I said,
Yeah.
I said in the Haas team chat, like, I'm sure it's not gonna be as fun, it's as good as Monza, but I think you racked up more points than Monza with Gabriel.
Yeah, I think we did.
Yeah.
Oh.
How are you feeling?
Yeah, mate, I'm feeling like I don't know what the word is for, like kind of exhausted. I don't know, mate, like overjoyed. It's been so long since I got a podium, and then, you know, also to get Haas's first like real
As a main
podium,
driver,
which you
yeah.
can call it. Yeah, exactly, like, as a real driver. So yeah.
We said it is
Feels
legit.
amazing.
You made it legit, mate. So
Yeah.
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 Tell us through it, mate.
Hold on, can you repeat?
Tell us through it.
Alright, so I'll send it later, but I had an amazing start, you know. I quickly passed Felix 1 and Stickboy on the inside, and then there was some chaos. I didn't know, I think it was Morris going around in turn 1. So when that's P4 or P5 or something, then virtual safety car came out. I just tried to, you know, stay calm, then came in and we started racing again. Pretty quiet for some laps, just, you know, trying to maintain the pace, and Leon held up the guys behind pretty good. Maybe a 2-second gap, so that gave me some comfort behind, you know.
Yeah.
Then the full safety car, the first came out. I got out, and yeah, just kept on going on like lap 12 or 13, I can't remember. When I went for the undercut, it was planned from earlier, you know. We did some lobbies earlier. So yeah, I did the undercut, and then, you know, then the others, the other medium runners came in a lot later for softs, and then we raced a little bit. I was ahead, and then that last safety car came, which really was like a lifeline. I'm in, switched to softs, went out, and then just waited until the safety car, and I could, you know, feel like almost my heart started racing a little bit, like dun 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 dun. And then oh, then it seemed pretty dead until like lap 24, when there was some incident with Blackberry and some others. And then I just, you know, made my way up the field, got boss spun as well. Then I got past Blackberry, and then just kept and then yeah, that was kind of it. And then just I don't know how to describe it, mate. Yeah, that was it.
The last time I stood in your shoes, Phil, I was a bit less happy than you were, but yeah, to get a podium, especially your first podium, is just such a great feeling. Well, you've had more podiums in the past, but not in GFRL, so yeah.
Yeah, it feels amazing.
How does this podium
GFRL.
rank? How does this podium rank among all your elite podiums?
Definitely. Considering I got only one podium at 122, this is amazing. So I definitely top 3. I mean, nothing's gonna beat my win, of course, my only one, but this is definitely at least top 3.
Cool.
It was just perfect, you know, executed from start to finish.
Yeah. I'm looking at the driver's chat.
What are they saying now?
Felix
bro?
loves Singapore, Domi loves Singapore, and then Felix sent a picture of the results of the 1998 Australian Grand Prix
What the fuck?
with P1
Oh.
and P2 separated by 7/10, and the rest all lapped. It's gonna be like that for real, bro. It's gonna be like that next week.
It's just a fight for P3.
Oh. Yeah, so yeah, basically that's all I really have to say. But actually, were you on wheel and controller today?
Yeah, this was in Unite Ultimate Way. This was my last race on controller ever. So now I'm gonna start
You
grinding.
got a podium with the controller.
Yeah.
I'm sorry. What?
Yeah, I did control the last one. You know, I had to,
That's
like-
not top 3, mate. That's top 1 podium there.
Yeah, it's probably my best podium, but not win. But yeah, podium definitely.
Yeah. That's just crazy. Because I saw your tweet, like you were tweeting out, look guys, I'm going
Yeah.
to wheel, I'm going to cook, and I was only thinking, mate, he's cooking. But yeah, from my POV, I only heard that you were P2 after Blackberry said it, after Checkered Flag. So I was like, are you kidding me? Taylor's P2. I
I'm
can
getting
go
even
back in
believe
the
it
clip
myself.
now. I can go back in the clip now. I was actually pretty happy for you.
Yeah, thank you, man. I
Because
mean, it feels
you were
amazing.
waiting for that one. You were waiting.
Oh, 100%, mate. Since day one, you know, that Baku race, all the way back in season 1,
God.
you know, when I got the taste of that, like, oof.
Cosmic can also talk about Baku season 1.
I was about to say, I can tell that's probably my best race in GFRL. That season
it
one
was
Baku race.
going to be one of my best, but something happened on lap 7.
You experienced that
Oh,
by
glitch.
Is still the meme, yeah.
now.
And then, like, I was just chilling seasons later, and Ewek told me, yeah, mate, I think damage was accidentally on simulation. And I was like, you?
Really?
I'm going to kill myself! I had no words, mate. I was raging over something that happened like 2 seasons before that moment. Oh,
I've just been
he decided to
getting,
just bring it to me now.
I've just been getting some clips up of what do you call it, Blackberry and Leon. Leon's 130R overtake, and me calling Blackberry the honey badger of GFRL,
Okay.
which was so random. I don't know why I did that. It just happened. But
Why just honey badger? No, it's a
you
long
can't really be a late breaker at 130R, can you?
no, it wasn't.
Yeah, you can't be afraid at all, mate. If you break your hazard.
I straight up called Leon Fernando Alonso, and I called and I just called Blackberry a honey badger. I said, he's not the cute and cuddly one today. He's vicious and angry. But yeah, Tim, you 100% took advantage of the incident in front of you, and you did amazing. You weaved around that, and you threw your car into P2.
Yeah, let's go. Fuck yeah. Oh, yeah, I'm gonna go and take some to water to
this
drink,
is the
man.
130R. That's on battery actually.
Did I get some stream time?
Unfortunately, your
Alonso!
stream time was at the end of the race. There were bits throughout the race that I had on you.
Did I get stream
Yeah.
time, Cosmic?
Every now and again I
Be
checked in
careful
on
what
you.
you say, mate.
Yeah. it was hard for me to concentrate on your race because it was penalty, incident, points out of the points, and I was like,
bro, during the VSC, I was like a second down on my delta, and then the VSC ended while I was entering Spoon.
oh,
Oh no.
And I just went through Spoon so slowly. I was maybe like still 2 tenths down on my delta, and then the VSC ended. I got the drive-through. I was down on my delta all the time, and I got the drive-through.
yeah, that's unfortunate.
I fucking hate this game for that. And then we have the bump at the exit of the final corner, and I had my one and only spin there. Just happened every time. I could just go like I did through that corner with the traction, and then suddenly one time it just didn't work, and I just spun into the pit lane and automatically reset the truck as well.
Yeah, I also got that. I got an incident or so.
Now, during this race, there is something serious I'd quite like to talk to everyone about. Now, GFRL does not condone rally driving with a Formula 1 car. And
Oh my god.
lots of moments where we had few drivers on the gravel, and it's not good for the underfloor of the car and the diffuser as it rips it to shreds. So I recommend for Singapore, I think, there is luckily no gravel for
traps
you.
in Singapore.
There is no gravel, so we won't talk about the gravel traps in Singapore, because if you're in the gravel traps in Singapore, you've seriously gone wrong. So let's talk about the gravel traps in Kota. And yes, again, I don't think there's many. Yes, there is.
Yeah, there is in the S section.
Yeah, final corner in the S's. So no rally driving, hopefully, in Kota, but.
Yeah, I mean...
honestly, you lose a lot of time, and it's just not worth it. That shortcut is... Like, I saw Shazad at the end of the race try and go around the outside of Felix, and he went onto the gravel, and it just wasn't... It wasn't ideal, and led to a very unfortunate finish.
Yeah. Anyways, I'll go as well, because I have to scroll through POV. Well, I can stay in the party chat, but we'll do it off stream then. But I have to scroll through POV because I want to report something, I think.
Oh, right.
Ooh.
An incident. Yeah.
So,
Alright, yeah.
And before e-wake things like, oh, is it the one with me? No, I'm not going to report you. Yeah.
Imagine getting reported
Thank you,
getting a
mate,
5-second time penalty
Thank
of
you
finishing
for tonight.
P4.
I'll go.
No, you're welcome. You had a great race today. You should be proud of your podium.
Yeah, thank you, mate. I'm out. I'll see you.
Your first decent result for a full-on Haas driver since me.
I'm not sure, Cosmic.
I know.
I mean, we got P4, Austria P5.
Got P4.
I know.
P5.
To be absolutely honest, I did get P4 at Azerbaijan in Season 1, so, you know.
Wait, did you get P3, P2, or P1?
Alright, moving on.
Alright, I'll see you. Bye.
See you guys.
Yeah. I'm out as well.
I'd just like to talk about... Oh, it's changed. I was just checking out the lovely drip that all the AI... not the AI, but the avatars were wearing. We were all wearing blue jeans with the same trainers and the same white shirts and the same red hats. And it was just... it was just kind of funny. Let me see if
yay. Yeah.
There it is. I've got it.
I'll be out as well, preparing my reports, and that's all. Yeah. See you next week.
See you next week.
Or maybe one day during the week where we just decide to play Roblox Formula 2008 Remastered.
Yeah. Do you know what? We'll stream that. We will stream Roblox 2008 as a GFRL event. It's, yeah. Anyway, thank you everyone for joining us. Suzuka was an absolutely fantastic race, even though Felix Stone won. And goodbye.